Good morning. It's early, and I don't like being awake this early, but I have my coffee, and we're on our way up to Flagstaff. We are going to be doing an install for a gas safety system for a gas kiln, which is something that rarely comes up, so I'm super excited about it because we get to do a lot of fun things, like math. Yay, math. We love math. So here it is. Is that me? Oh, that's me. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness gracious. Mostly pre-built. We're going to make some adjustments when we get up there to make sure sizing and everything is correct. But this is good. This is a great opportunity because you don't get to do this very often. It's very rare you actually get to build anything out for a gas kiln, unless you are doing a fresh install, which rarely happens these days because they're expensive. But I have a used kiln up in Flagstaff, and the studio up there contacted me and said, hey, my plumber hooked this up, but I don't think it's right. And it wasn't right. There was nothing. It was just the kiln and the gas line, and that was it. No automatic shutoff valves, no safety system, no way to test the gas pressure going into the kiln, so no way to do a really consistent firing. And that's what this guy is. This beautiful thing here. So heading up to Flag today, we're going to install it, do a test firing, make sure everything's working properly. But first, we're going to go to our local supplier, Marjan's, and pick up a bunch of furniture for the place, which is super cool. I love the clay community. It's great. I'm staying with the owner of the studio while I'm up there, which is great, so I don't have to buy a hotel. And they're having me pick up some furniture for them. And we've never met before, and money has already changed hands, so it's trust. Trust. Gotta trust. Okay, off to Marjan's, filling up on gas, driving to Flagstaff, doing an install, test firing. That's on the docket. Hopefully it works. Oh, look at the little babies all packed away and ready to go. Put them in the baby storage unit. Hey, love that. This is our safety system that we built. So we have our regulator into a shutoff switch, into a sediment trap, into a baso control valve, into a, this is gonna be for the pilot line, into a main line valve, into a pressure gauge, into the kiln. Woo! We have arrived where we will be working for the next couple of days. This is our gas kiln we're doing the install on. So over here is the current system, and we're dropping down from 1 inch all the way down to half. So this probably needs replaced. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get the gas flow we need with that for the main burner line, but this is so much closer than I expected. I expected this and this to be like very far apart. I thought these were much shorter from the pictures. But first things first, we're going to get our workbench set up, and then we're going to go ahead and do just an initial test and make sure we have A, any kind of gas flow, and B, there are no leaks. This kiln hasn't been fired in years. So we're going to make sure that everything is sound before we put in all the work to get the rest of the system up to snuff. Over here we have our service line. Comes in here. The read meter for how much gas we're using. One line goes in, and this line comes out and down, and then over to the kiln there. So this is currently on. So this is tilted up, which means on. If it was off, it would be perpendicular instead of parallel. So that's good. First thing's done. We got our fancy lighter here, Shell from Max Must Make. We have our main line, and then we have our pilot line. We're going to go ahead and just creep this up. We hear the hiss immediately, which is a good sign. So we just have that on as low as possible. We're going to go ahead and light here and then slowly bring it in. Okay. So that's lit, I believe. Okay, that's good. So I think we have our train lit all the way around. We're getting some breeze, which isn't great. We can go ahead and do our main line here now. And we should hear, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 burners. So So we should hear those start to kick on with this. Okay, I wasn't getting any burner. That's not good. Okay, so we cranked the main burner gas a little bit more, and we finally got something to light. It wasn't what we wanted. Here is where the flames were coming out, and they should be coming out up there. So chances are these burners are clogged. That is my guess. So we're going to unscrew each of these and try to clear it out. They shouldn't be too hot. There wasn't much fire there, so I should be able to just, that's warm. Oh, that's rusted on, gross. That sucks. Okay, we're gonna grab the WD-40, give this a spurt, and then try to unscrew these. So we just come in here and give it a, and we're gonna do down all of them. We're just gonna grab this with the pipe wrench and try and get enough leverage here that we can just undo it. And it's gonna come off at the base. That's not what I wanted. I want it to come off up here, not down here, but we will take it. We're gonna unscrew this all the way. Woo! Gross. That's nasty. Okay, let's take a closer look. So, let's see if we get in the shade. Does it look better? So we can see some air going through, but not through the center, well, barely through the center hole. We see all that stuff in there. We need to get rid of that. That's obstructing the flow. Okay, so this is a clogged one. We can barely see a little bit of light peeking through. And then here is one that I actually cleared. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So much more. I got a little bit more to do, but it's full of all kinds of dead bugs and other stuff. Ugh. We're gonna do pilot first. There we go. Pilot is lit. All the way around, which is what we want to see. I'll do main. Okay, I'm hearing them turn on, which is good. It's a very good sound. So that's good. That's what we want to hear. So we will come in here and just take a look.
That's kind of sketchy there.
Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine. So, flame's a little hard to see right now in the daylight. So we can see the flames much better on here.
Oh, whoa. Is that an app?
No.
Or is that just
no,
the
it's
phone?
it's an actual thermal camera.
How much was that?
It was like $100. It is the
Sweet.
handiest tool I have for like diagnosing kilns,
That's
because I can
amazing.
see if the elements are heating up. I can see if there's any leaks.
Yeah.
It's great for this where we can't see the flame, but we're getting the infrared heat off of it.
Sweet.
Everything looks really even, which is great.
Okay.
But I don't think you're getting enough because we're not hearing that really nice high roar. We're not feeling a ton of heat. Okay. This would be enough to maybe hit bisque. You're not going to hit a high fire on this though. We're not getting enough gas flow to the main burners. It could be for a couple different reasons. Reason number one, the size of the line leading to the burner manifolds isn't wide enough. And so the gas flow going there is constricted. It doesn't have enough flow, can't get enough gas. This kiln isn't gonna hit temperature right now. The other thing, where am I here? The other thing that it might be is the actual limitation from the main supply line. From the gas company. That might be regulated too low to be able to supply the amount of gas it needs for the burners. So I'm gonna pull out my good old Fred Olson book, and we're gonna read about the BTU requirements again and just cross-reference everything that this kiln needs to hit in order to have proper flow. Woo! Oh, I need a sandwich. All right, so here's our book. And we're gonna start in natural gas, propane, and air burners, page 174. Haha, just kidding. We're all the way here in 192, calculating gas requirements, and we can just look right here. Fire brick kilns, natural gas, which is what we're using. We need 14.5 cubic feet of gas per 1 cubic foot kiln volume. So this is good because we know that at our source, it is rated for 175 cubic feet of gas. So now we're gonna just calculate our kiln volume. So calculating it out, volume's easy enough, length, width, height. So this kiln is about 35 cubic feet. So we do more math now. So it's gonna be 35 times 14.5. So judging by the math, that is gonna be just over 500. And what we have right now is 175. So don't know if this is gonna work. I'm going to triple check everything and eat a sandwich, but not looking super hopeful at the moment. It is amazing what eating can do. This isn't a regular fire brick kiln because that is talking about dense fire brick. This is an IFB, insulated fire brick kiln. So we want an IFB, natural gas 9.1 to 6.4 of gas per 1 cubic foot kiln volume. Hooray, so different calculation. So really we need cubic foot an hour rated for 220 to 320. So we're not terribly far off 175. It's low, but we might be able to get away with it. It needs the full amount for a faster firing, essentially. So we might be okay with the setup we have. So it's close. Going through and looking at it, the half-inch line they have on there right now is rated for 150,000 BTUs an hour. The service line going to it is rated at 175 cubic feet an hour, which converts to roughly 178,000 BTUs an hour. I have with me a 3/4 inch flex line that I'm going to hook up, and that is 210,000 cubic feet an hour. So we're going to get rid of that chokehold, and we're going to see how the system performs and if we think it's going to be enough gas to run the whole thing. If it is, sweet, we'll go ahead and install the safety system. If it isn't, then they're going to need to get their service line upgraded, which kind of sucks, but we'll see. So in an effort to not go to the hardware store, I'm going to be taking apart this section of my safety assembly so I can go from 1 inch down to 3/4, and then I believe I should be able to go down from 3/4 to half for this pilot line. And then we can jump off of the 3/4 to the 3/4, maybe? Okay, we've upped it a bit. Turns out this isn't 3/4 inch line, it's a 3/4 inch connector on a 5/8 line. So slightly larger than whatever that is. We're gonna try. We're gonna see if we can tell a difference. Just kidding. I modified it so I actually have a pressure gauge, so we can actually test how many inches of water column pressure this thing is pumping out. So woo! Okay, so we're over at the service shutoff. It's on. None of these dials are moving, which means we don't have a leak large enough to detect by these dials. All right, so we're about to light the kiln and get a pressure reading on the gauge. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how well this does. I'm hoping we can get at least 4 inches of water column. That would be ideal, I believe, for this setup. I fired larger kilns with less pressure, so we'll see. My brain isn't working all the way. It's very hot, even in Flagstaff. Who knew? Summer, right? We're gonna be our pilot. There we go. Take that out a little bit of juice, and now we'll do our main burner. Should be this way. Immediately, which is great. That's a nice roar. So that could be pretty good. It's heating up nice. It's our water column pressure. Okay, so we're almost at 6, which is pretty good. I need to calculate this out to see if that's okay. But we're getting better flow. Huzzah! Boy howdy, this is a lot of fun math, even for me. Oh gosh, okay, fine. So we know what our water column pressure is right now. With everything exactly as it is, it's at 6 water column at 3.0619. So what we do is we take that number and we multiply it by the orifice size on the burner, which I measured and converted, and we're at 7/64. So it's going to be 12,445.6 times 3.0619, I believe. So theoretically, that means that each burner on this kiln is putting out around 38,000 BTUs. So we have 38,000, and we're going to multiply that by 8, and that'll get us our total BTUs an hour that we can go up, essentially. And we're going to cross-reference that compared to what our actual estimated rating of BTUs we need to fire the kiln is. Okay, so not exactly perfect. What we want is 350 BTUs an hour for peak burner efficiency, and by my calculations we're going to be at 308. That's not terrible. I hope that isn't terrible. I think it'll do it. I think it's worth putting it together and doing a test fire. That's exciting. That's very exciting. So we're going to figure out what other things we need to get this safety system set up on its way. And I'm going to reconfigure it to what I actually did so that it makes more sense for how the pipes are put in. That's the gist of it. So I'm going to draw out a new schematic and figure it out. Woo! Okay, a couple things. 1, I want to record this. 2, my phone's almost dead. 3, I'm almost out of battery life. So, poop! We're going to go get my schmancy camera, I guess, and set it up and do a little time lapse while I build out this system. Yep, maybe water. Yeah, let's get water too. Okay, I think I have done about as much as I can do for today. So let's take a look. We have our main supply line heading into our main control valve, heading into our safety valve, heading into our pilot branch, heading into our main gas burner valve, heading into our pressure dial. And then we now just have to bridge between the 2 pipes here. So unfortunately, this is looking to be a little bit above of where that is, so we're going to probably 90 off of here. It's going to come over and then down, and then we're going to have a coupler here to get them together. So I don't have any of that with me. I've done as much as I can on this piece here, so I'm going to make sure all my valves are closed, everything is cleaned up, and then I'm going to go to the hardware store and then back to my accommodations for the evening, because it's almost 5 o'clock and I'm stinky, smelly, tired, and hungry. So it seems like a good time to call it.